A few weeks ago, I made a bench out of plywood with metal legs. I mistakenly made the legs out of plywood that after making them, I realized they were way too weak and impossible to use for that project. I said I'd reuse that wood to make something out of it, and today is that day. For this, I only need 2 of the legs, so I'll have another project up my sleeve someday with the rest. Nothing is going to waste here. On my miter saw, I'm cutting those in half. I want to make a big block, 2 by 2 of these. With plenty of glue, and having made them square when I made them, this is an easy glue up. Make sure to use enough glue. The outside will be cut off, so even if you get some bad squeeze out, it won't be a problem. Leave them to dry, in my case for a few days, before I got back to this project, but in a few seconds with the magic of editing. I'm back. Let's make something out of those. I'll be honest, when I made that block, I had no clue. Now I know. I'm always looking for pencils, and the chase ends today. Here with 2 different kinds of pencil pots that I'll make out of this wood. On the miter saw, I cut the block into 2 4-inch parts. I had about 9 inches total, and I wanted to trim off both ends. I forgot to plug in the microphone during the miter saw cuts. It's gonna be back right after this. With a round object, a trusty paint can, that always happens to be in the perfect size, I trace circles and then cut them on the bandsaw. This is pretty easy, as I'm not keeping the offcut. Just make sure to stay within the line and the rest will be solved with sanding later. I've been using a new tripod, and a few times in this video you'll see the camera just pan away. I didn't realize but one of the knobs was loose, and it affected a few shots. I've also gotten a new microphone system in the past month, so you might notice some weirdnesses as I adapt to hopefully better quality. Sand those tops and bottoms real nice, but make sure the edges are round and smooth. Take your time, stay on the elevated areas, and you'll have a perfect circle in no time. I'm going to use the drill press, an underused tool in my shop. The first one, I'll keep it simple. Using this corner jig to keep steady, I'll drill half-inch holes around the circle and then one in the middle. This one will keep some small knife bits and stuff I generally don't want touching. I love using the drill press, and I've yet to integrate it into a lot of my workflow, but it sure is a powerful tool. With a few jigs and clamps, it almost feels like a hand-controlled CNC. Now for the next one, I want a classic pencil pot. I could have made it in the typical bandsaw box way I usually do, cutting the inside out on the bandsaw. But today I want to try this big boy Forstner bit, 2 1/8 inches. Using some wood clamps and some metal clamps to hold it down on the drill press, I've got a steady hold on this piece. Slowly but surely, over the next 5 minutes, I got it down to where I wanted with no burning. If you haven't already, please click like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thanks to all subscribers. As you can see, I made chips more than dust, which means my bit was sharp enough. It's a pretty cheap kit, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now those two pots look a bit rough, but with a bit of hand and power sanding, all is solved. Sanding inside the holes was pretty repetitive, but fortunately this wood was pretty easy to sand, so it didn't take too much time. I gave them a final polishing with a 320 grit sandpaper. I decided to finish those with wipe-on polyurethane, as I wanted a bit of darkening, where water-based finishes like the one I use on my bench keep this pretty much as is. I love how those are coming along. This pencil pot one, I have a feeling, will be in my shop for a very long time. Those are done. No need to buy anything to hold my pencils in the shop. I'll buy a pack and dump it in there, and I bet I'll still run out and look for them, but at least I'll have tried. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more builds of all sorts, and see you next time.